Doug, how'd you feel about your starting defense tonight in their play?
Other than the 2-minute drive at the end of the half, I thought they played well. I don't have the stat book in front of me, but I think someone told me it was maybe 1.2 yards per attempt, I think, in the running game and stuff like that. I really felt like they got after them, early and often. 2-minute drive, though, is something that, we got to get better at.
You guys had a lot of really good looks on third down offensively. Trevor missed a couple throws early on, but you still were, I think, 4 of your first 6. How did you feel like it went for you on third down?
Yeah, that was something we talked about this week and wanted to do better in is the third down scenarios, and I felt like the first unit was able to do that tonight. And we still missed. We still missed some opportunities, which again we got a little time here to learn from and correct, and as we finish up camp here in a week or so.
Those are obviously long kicks, but how do you evaluate Santoso tonight?
Yeah, I mean, obviously not good enough. We had a chance to win the game, had a chance to start the game, 3-0, and it's disappointing, but I know he'll battle back this week and try to correct it.
Is everything all right with Shaq Griffin?
Yeah, he had a little, I think, some back tightness this morning when he woke up, and so we tried to get him loose. And the nature of where we are in camp and stuff, you just don't want to push guys like that and risk further injury.
Doug, for a second consecutive week, your starters come out with a lead. How hard is it to separate that from, the reserves and a lot of guys who aren't going to make the team, but you end up losing, considering where this club was a year ago? You talk so much about healing. I imagine winning a game would have meant something, even though it was the preseason.
Yeah, and that's a fine line, obviously, and there's still I think there's a lot of good positive takeaways from tonight, with the starters and feel good there, and the young guys are going to learn. There were some good things that they did, but obviously the sort of the obvious things, right, are we can't turn the ball over in the red zone. We got points there again, potentially, and we got to tackle better and things of that nature in the second half. But I think if you look at where we are as starters, I think we're right on track to where we need to be and where we want to be, and that gives us a lot of hope as we head into the regular season.
Certainly, you need to look at the film, but could you get an idea of Ben Barch tonight at left guard, and was there any separation for either one of the 2 right tackles?
I think it's going to be early until we watch the film and really, chop it up in the morning and really see. But I thought overall pretty good. It was a good test too. TJ's out there, TJ Watt's out there playing the first couple series, and it was good for our tackles to play against him and get some work in that way. So we'll evaluate the film in the morning and probably have a better determination on that.
Doug, you didn't finish with touchdowns offensively, but drove in the first half with the starting unit. How do you assess that?
Yeah, not good enough. Not good enough. We got to finish drives with scores. And it's something we talk about and work on. Quite a bit with the red zone, and we just got to keep working. The offense understands that. One, we got to run the football in the red zone. Number one, and we tried to do that tonight, and that wasn't good enough. And we just got to keep plugging away. And look at it and. Get better and make sure we get the right guys in there and get ready here in a couple of weeks.
Doug, the Chad Bouma starting the night, almost making that interception on the sideline, and then being able to make the tackle on the touchdown pass. How do you evaluate your inside linebacking room, especially with Devin missing most of training camp? Are you comfortable right now with Shaq Quarterman and Chad Bouma in that kind of interior rotating role?
Right now, obviously, it with Devin not being out there, it definitely kind of weakens the core because both Chad and Shaq are also special teams players, and they're getting a lot of double work out there, and it can play a little bit into the fatigue factor, especially in the second half of football games. But these guys have done well. They've played well, and the more time they get on the field, the better they're going to become. And these are valuable reps for them, even in Devin's absence right now. But at some point we got to get Devin back on the field too, and really help that room out.
Coach, This month is the league's play initiative, and a lot of prep athletes were able to come to games through the first 2 preseason games. Obviously, you guys were at Episcopal. Just what does it mean to be able to see some of those younger guys, see you guys up close, and have that experience?
Yeah, our hats off to Episcopal for allowing us to come out there for camp and be a part of their, their school, for the last 4 weeks or so, and then to have, their team came out to practice one day, and then to see all the, all the youth that are involved. I just think it's encouraging to see, that at the youth level, and really for them to be a part of, our guys and for us to kind of rub shoulders with them and see what it's all about, and some of these young kids have hopes and dreams to one day be, on this stage and to see our guys do it and what they go through, I think can be motivating to them to work hard at it.
Doug, what are you seeing out of DeJuan Smoot and Arden Key?
Really good things, honestly. Two players that are, I think, dynamic pass rushers. Smoot's a little different. He's more of a bull type guy. He's physical and strong. Arden's quick and slithery and can bend. And I think both of them have unique skills that obviously we can exploit defensively for us. And I think they're both having a really good camp right now.
Doug, apologize if you've already been asked this. Could you just talk a little bit about not being able to finish some of those first half scoring drive, first and 10 at the 12? Trevor had a couple third down throws to Christian where it was there. He just, one instance, he let him too much. The ball was too high.
Well, I made a conscious effort, as a play caller when we did get to the red zone tonight that we were going to focus a little bit on the run game. And, we kind of pride ourselves on that, being able to run the football in the red zone. And we've got to do a little bit better there. And in Trevor's case, we just got to get him to kind of calm down early in the football game and settle in. There were some throws that were missed that I know he would want back, and we've seen him make those throws in practice, so we know he's capable of doing it. It's just a matter of just kind of taking a deep breath as he starts the game and settle in. But those are all things that we continue to work on. We got a couple weeks left here in camp, and we'll try to get better.
Doug, in terms of the play calling in the red zone, was it a little more, I guess, less vanilla than it was last week against Cleveland, or was it more just a lack of execution this week from your guys?
It's a little both. And again, when you're in preseason mode, you don't necessarily scheme your opponent, because they're playing some guys and we're playing some guys, and you just want to see execution. So, where we missed was on that part of it, just execution. I give credit to Pittsburgh. I mean, they made some plays down there and got some stops that, led to one field goal for us. Obviously, should have had the second one or the first one, I guess. But those are all areas that we're going to take a look at this tape and make the corrections.
Okay. Doug, thank you, sir.
You got another one?
Last one, Gene. Share the mic. Last question here.
Foley went down early in the game. Is there any update on him?
Not at this time. I'm going to wait till the guys come in the morning, get a full medical. We'll see where he's at. Last word I got was he was okay. He wanted to go back in the football game, but we just said, pump the brakes and we'll get him healthy. So I'll have a better answer for you either tomorrow or the next day. All right. Thanks.